Hello, ladies, and welcome back. I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful week.
Was great.
America. So, ladies, you know what? We talked about really fun and romantic things to do last week. So, let me ask you, of the things that were said, all of them, what is your, not what you said, but just what we all said, what is your most favorite thing that you would want to do out of everything?
I really would like to do that candle making thing. It intrigued me. I
Okay,
like
okay. All right. So we know what Bonnie's gonna do on her what she's gonna do when she meets someone special. She's
that.
gonna do candle making. What about you, Wendy?
Well, I had mine in order, so the rooftop is yes,
Rooftop.
yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay, all right.
And
So,
you?
so, so the shopping, I think that would be so much fun. Shopping and then cooking together. I think that'd be fun. So that would be my choice. And then, going on the patio and setting up a romantic dinner with the candles and everything. I think that's
Yes.
that's pretty cool. So anyway, guys, so we hope you enjoyed the show last week and found some interesting things to do. We are going to talk about uh money this week. Lots of money. Money, 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 money.
Money, 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 money.
But once again, don't forget we need for you to like and we need for you to share so that we can build up our following. That's what we are trying to do. We come to you every week with some really exciting content, information, fun stuff, and we even have some great guests on. And we're going to have some more guests coming up. Some more men. We're going to bring some more men to the show so we can get continue to get a better perspective on what men really, really think. And you know what? We're going to bring some married men on the show because we definitely need to hear from married men because a lot of women, just like ourselves, we still, we'd like to get married. We're not past that point. Well, some of us are. We don't want to be married. So
No,
I won't mention any
no,
names.
you don't have to.
So tell me, ladies, and anyone can just jump in. When you were younger and you were dating a guy, how important was money to you?
I'll be honest, I didn't think about money when I was younger. I just thought about being with that person, whatever we did, was fun. Sometimes money came up when we couldn't do what maybe I wanted to do, but it didn't rock the boat.
Oh, so you didn't get upset or anything like that. You just did something
No,
else.
yes.
So let me ask you, did you ever find when you were younger, did you ever find that you were paying for things a lot as well when you were dating?
Not necessarily because when I was young, I didn't have any money. We just did whatever. But like I said, money wasn't a thought in my mind at younger. I was just like, in awe with whomever I was dating, and
Right, right.
whatever we did was like, okay. So, as I got older, it was sort of the same kind of thing, but maybe I did buy, go, pay for a movie or something like that for the two of us to go because I wanted to do that. But still, that wasn't um the forefront on my mind.
Okay, all right. What about you, Winnie, when you were younger? Was money important to you when you were dating?
No, not at all.
No? Okay, all right. So ladies, now that we've gotten older and we've moved into another chapter of our lives, and eventually at some point we will be retiring. And let me ask you, Wendy, how important is money to you as you move into the years that you may be retiring, you meet someone and you're really interested in this person, and even someone you want to build a relationship. Tell me, and then I'll answer the question as well. How important would money be to you at that point?
Okay, well, yeah, when you think about going into retirement, you want to find somebody who is ready to do what you want to do in retirement. And whether that's, build another business or travel or whatever it is choose to do in your retirement. So yeah, I have a little nest egg that I have put together over the years, a 401k and pension, that type of thing. So I would hope that they would have that too. I think it's realistic to expect the person to have what you have.
So let me ask you another way. What if you met someone you really liked, fell in love with them, and they didn't have what, and you just for whatever reason didn't find out that they had a whole lot less than you have? How would you feel? What would you do?
Well, I mean, it doesn't mean that we can't date. You know, it's
Well, no,
just
no, no. But see, no, what I said is you built a relationship with this person. You want to be with this
I'm in a
person.
relationship with this person. I
Yes,
built it.
yes. And
Okay.
then suddenly you find you know this is because you just been happy and whatnot. You haven't maybe asked a lot of questions. So now you find
See,
out.
I think I'm gonna ask the questions. I don't think it's gonna
So you don't think
sneak
it
up
will ever
on me.
get to the point where you be that excited and that happy with the person, and then you find out that they have a lot less than you have. So you don't think it would ever get to that point.
No, I
Okay,
don't think so.
okay,
No,
okay,
not at this
fine.
stage. Yeah.
So for
And not a gold digger by any stretch of the
no,
imagination.
this has
Just
that nothing.
expect.
This has nothing to do with being a gold digger because
I'm just expecting the person to match what I have. Just have been savvy enough to keep a little bit for their senior years, just like I have. That's
okay, all right.
it.
So for me, when I was younger, I won't say that money was a major thing, but yeah, I thought it was important enough to me that if I wanted to do something and I was dating someone, my expectation was that they would be able to pay for it. So yes, money was somewhat important to me back then. It wasn't the driving factor, but I'm not gonna pretend that I didn't think about it. Absolutely, and that's just my that's just me. And so I did. It wasn't a driving factor, but absolutely I thought about it. I wanted to make sure that person had what they needed to have in order to have a decent date. So going forward, as I go and think about retirement, money becomes even more important. I was watching this little clip on YouTube, and there was this woman, and they were interviewing Black women and different ages, but mostly younger, I think, and Caucasian women. So all the Black girls, the young Black girls, they said, "Oh no, if he's willing to work hard and I'm going to work with him and help him build yada 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 yada." No, the white girl said no. Money is important. Absolutely, money is important. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. And when I tell you, every single Black girl said the same thing, said it in a different way, but basically said that money wasn't important. And every single Caucasian girl said that money was important, and they were
But I
young.
think, excuse me, but I also think that Caucasian women are taught that,
Yeah,
where we're
absolutely.
not taught that by our mothers, um, basically we're taught to be the
A
housewife and
strong,
the
supportive
mother,
person.
strong person, be there for your man, that kind of thing. So I know I didn't learn it from my mother. So but I do think that Caucasian women are taught by their families that you want to find someone with a decent job, but they go by education,
Oh,
by
absolutely.
salary, and things like that. We don't judge the same way.
No, and I agree with you 100%. But I don't think that there's anything wrong with
No,
being taught to want more, from your mate, someone that can truly you can be there for, but they can uplift the both of you because I'm sorry, the man is supposed to be the head of the household, and that's from a financial standpoint as well. Any thoughts for you, Wendy, on that?
Um, well, I think Bonnie's correct about, the cultural difference as far as how we raise the girls in the Black community versus the white community. I think she's right on that. And a lot of white women that I went to college with, that's where they got their husbands in college. Now, so they didn't necessarily have any money, but they probably went for the more academic or athletic, either
Right.
they had to be super athletic or they were, on track
Someone
academic.
that they saw potential in, basically, right? Would you say that?
Yeah, well, we're potential as well, but they were locking them down in college, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. You're just saying that they
Yeah,
were doing that. That's because they're taught that they're taught that you're going to college to meet a husband 9 times out of 10. And you're
yeah.
right. Young Black girls aren't taught that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Having their expectations be a little bit higher of what they would want in a mate. I think that's okay. Not to say that you're a gold digger, because that has nothing to do with being a gold digger, because if you follow scripture, the man is the head of the household. And in that case, he should be financially stable to take care of you. And you shouldn't have to worry about that. So that's just 2 more cents from me on that. so
Well,
so
let me put my 2 cents
no,
in this. Maybe it's
absolutely.
3 cents. Now, I wonder if in today's world, we're older, but I'm saying the younger parents in today's world, they give their children the most lavish sweet 16s, the most lavish
Like weddings,
graduation.
Bonnie, you're right. Like
And
weddings.
I'm hoping that those same parents are teaching those girls that this is what your husband should do for you. This is the way you should live, because you got to step up to the bar. What do you get after you give them those great limousine, stretch limousine gowns and everything to go to a high school
Right,
graduation,
Right.
right.
or at 16 you have these big elaborate parties for them. If you're not teaching them that as you move on in life, you should expect more, not what we're just giving you, but what anyone would be giving you that you're going to love.
So let's just delve into that a little bit. I doubt very, this is just me. I doubt very much that kind of conversation is going on after that big event, all that money spent. It's unfortunate. It might be going on in some households, but I doubt very much in very, very many of them that it's going on. That's an event, all that money is spent. They have a wonderful time, great evening, and life just continues from there, which is, kind of
Well,
unfortunate, but
it's implied, you know what I mean? Even if it's not said, that should be implied. If your parents sent you to college, or they, had a big what are those things called? Those when you turn 16 or 18, what did they call them?
A bar mitzvah in white world and sweet 16 in black world.
Well, coming out, those
Oh,
big
coming out
like a
party.
cotillion.
cotillions and things like that. So, you're being introduced into society, right? The
Do they still have that now?
gloves and the
I mean, I
gowns.
did it when I was younger, but do they still have
They
that
they
now?
they still do, because they
They
still have
still,
the
yeah,
Jack and Jill
yeah,
organization is still pretty big, so they still do the
Oh,
cotillions
okay.
yeah.
and things like
I was invited to one, not really invited, but send money that time. Not too
that.
long ago. So people still do them. It's certain class
Right.
still
Yes.
do them. But I think even if you don't have the conversation, Chris, it's always better to have the conversation. I grant you that. But it's implied, right? We're putting all of this into you so that you can partner with someone else. How can I say this?
No, just say it. I
That
mean,
do the
I'm
same
sorry.
things.
There is nothing wrong with wanting money. I mean, there isn't. Wanting better, there isn't.
We want this child that we're raising to partner with. We're putting all this into them, and we're teaching them the graces and all of the manners, and we're educating them. So we want them to be with somebody, to partner in life with somebody who is equal to.
To
They
that.
know
No,
what they.
I agree with you 100%, but that's
Uh-huh.
one subset of people that we're talking about. I'm going to speak just in general. Teach all the girls
Okay.
that. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But you're
Okay.
absolutely right. You're absolutely about right about that. But yeah, let's teach them all that. Why want less? You should want as much as you can have. You should want as much as you can have, and it has nothing to do, because I don't want anyone saying, "Oh, she's a gold digger." No, I'm not a gold digger. Money is important. You cannot live in this world without it. Okay, you can live in this world without it, but you'll be living without a whole lot of other things as well. It's just that simple.
So when you're going out, now we're older, okay, we've moved past that. So when you're going out with someone, do you judge by the way they take you out and things that they do, or do you ask about finances?
Good question, Bonnie. Good question. You know what I think, guys? I think that once you start dating someone, you find out what kind of job they have. Okay, so I'll give you a perfect example. So if you're dating someone, nice guy, he works for UPS. Still, he's got a couple more years maybe that he's going to work, and he's thinking about retiring. Well, if you know anything about most corporations, they don't have pensions anymore, but UPS does. Okay. So, if he works for UPS and he tells you, oh, I've been working there for 25 years, he's got a good pension. Okay.
Hmm.
So you already know that he's got a pension, he's got Social Security. Now top that off with if he says, "Well, I really just had two careers. I spent 22 years in the military, and now I'm with UPS and whatnot." Guys, that is not double
Good
jeopardy.
money.
That's triple jeopardy. Because he's got the pension. So, and for everyone out there, please don't say, "Oh, she's counting the money." No, she asked the question of how would you determine, and this is one way that you can determine, based on the conversations, what you learn about the person. If you find all that out about a guy, then you know that he's got a military pension, he's going to have a UPS pension, and he's going to have his Social Security. And if he's a real smart brother, he's gonna have a
Saved.
401k too. So yeah, so that's a perfect way to find out. Wendy, any ideas in terms of how you can find out if, say, the person might be a little more closed off, and you don't, you're not finding that much about them because they're not as extroverted as you are, so to speak.
I think it when you talk about retirement, because you're gonna have that conversation, right? Like, I'm looking to retire in, X amount of years or whatever. You're gonna have those conversations. So they might tell you, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be ready to retire. But then that's when you can get into it. Well, why so long? Or you know what I'm saying? You can find out. I mean, it's time to have that conversation if it's time to have it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
So you have to just get into it. What's going on?
do you think men, I mean, and we can't speak for men, so this is just a question, from what, your thoughts. Do you think a man would be offended?
Some might, but I mean that if you're offended, then you don't have your stuff together.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You got a
I
point
just want to
there.
know, when do you have that conversation? Because a lot of women, who are older, when they get a man, they have, that old expression, I want to lock him down. Okay. You want to get married right away because life doesn't, wait for you. Okay, so to speak. Well, life doesn't wait for you. So when do you think that that conversation should be had? At a year, 2 years? You want
Absolutely
to wait
not.
that long?
No.
It's
Okay,
okay.
see, that's
Okay.
what I'm
So
asking.
uh, it's a financial conversation, buddy. So we can talk about insurance. We can talk about credit. We talked about
I
this
know
in the
we can talk
past show.
about everything. I just want to know, when do we talk about it?
Ronnie, I think that it depends on you. How you, if you feel like this is someone that you really want to move forward with, and they're feeling you the same way that you're feeling them, I think you have to decide when is the time that you want to find that out. Before you move too further into the relationship and you're disappointed. I think it's really up to you how you feel. I mean, that's just my take.
Hmm. Hmm. I agree.
I
What do you
look
think,
at
Wendy?
the whatever phase or stage you are in the relationship. Are you going to move in together? You know what I mean? Are you talking about it? You know, are you
Right.
putting a whole lot of
Oh, that, yeah,
you
Wendy.
mixing up?
That's
Perfect.
perfect.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah, that,
Yeah.
and you know what? And no one should be offended, because if you're planning on
Good
moving in
answer.
together, everybody needs to know everything about each other's finances at that point.
At that point. Yeah.
Not when the bills start rolling in. Oh, baby, you know what? My paycheck was short this week. Can you cover the bills? Hell no.
Exactly. Time to go.
Exactly. I can cover your clothes up in a bag and send you on your way.
But it's good like that. But there's so many scenarios afterwards. But I guess once you know that that person is set, that if down the line something happens to that person where, um, let's say they get ill or something, at least you know that money is still coming in. And I
Right.
guess that's what is important, because, like I said, life don't wait for you.
Exactly. Hey, Wendy, you said something really important that we have never touched on: insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm telling you,
Oh,
I
all
mean,
of this stuff is so sexy, you guys.
Yeah.
that's okay.
Well,
This is good. Hey, women need to know this. You need to know if the brother, whatever he is, he might not be a brother, but if it's someone that you care about and you care about sincerely, yes, you need to know if that person has insurance. Yes.
because men tend to not have insurance. A lot of men tend to not have insurance. Then if you find out they have insurance, but if you find out they got kids, do you have insurance on your kids? I want to know that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Because taking care of things falls back on the parent, and if you're married, you are a step parent at that point. You know, but no, I think these conversations might not. Yeah, they can be sexy. You can come real close and say, "Hey, baby, you have life insurance."
You have a 401k plan, baby.
Oh, you gotta whisper. That's it.
Well, however we say it, we got to say it.
Yeah,
The,
well,
the,
you have to
the
find out.
moral of the story is we have to do it because down the line, you don't want to be the breadwinner of the family, paying all the
You don't
bills and
want
doing
surprises.
everything.
No,
You
because
know,
you're mad, you're unhappy, and then as you get older, you want to be in a settled, a committed, a fun relationship. I mean, I do. I want to be in a fun relationship. I want to look at you and tell jokes and laugh and whatnot, and we can take a vacation together. And you know what? We won't be able to take that many vacations because this. I mean, I know I won't have the same kind of money, but I will have some money. I just want you to know that. So I'm not coming broke. That's for sure. But no,
And
you're
nor
right.
should you expect that other person to come that way. That's my point.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
absolutely. But they're gonna come that way. So, but anyway, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, you putting that out there in the universe,
No,
Chris. I don't
I'm
think
taking
you.
that back. I do not want to put that out there in the universe. Not coming out of my mouth. I'm going to be positivity only. Okay.
Yes,
There
yes.
we go. So, ladies, see how? Listen to that. See, Wendy said this wasn't sexy, but you know what? There's so many things you have to talk about, especially if you want to settle down. And this is settle down with someone at any age, really. Not necessarily when you're thinking about retirement or it's at any age. You really need to know what that person can bring to the table, especially especially if you both established, you started working and whatnot. You need to know what that person is going to bring to the table, because what you don't want to do is what we just said. Bonnie said you'll end up paying the lion's share of the bills as you build your relationship. You don't want to do that, because you know what? You're just going to be unhappy, and nobody wants to be unhappy. We want to be happy. I know I do. I want to be
Mhm.
happy. I want to be
Well, and
content.
finances is one of the bigger
Yeah,
problems in relationship, right?
exactly.
Sex,
Well, let me
finance.
tell you something. I know you're going to find out real soon in a relationship nowadays because Chrissy and I went out and the drinks were $25. Okay. A little itty bitty drink was $25. So if a man is taking you out, can he buy you two drinks? Or can he only buy
Yes,
you one
buy
drink?
you watching.
Or wait, buy you a drink and he have water. Okay, I mean, you're gonna
Oh
nowadays you're
wow,
gonna find out soon.
oh no. Oh
I don't really feel
no.
like drinking
Oh, you know
tonight.
what?
I'll
I'm
buy
not
you.
drinking tonight, baby, but you go ahead.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's wait, Wendy, that's another way to find out.
That's what I'm
There
saying. You're gonna
are
find out early.
indications.
You're gonna find out
Hey, did
early.
he fill
Somebody,
up his car with $2?
okay. I mean, there are signs that are gonna let you know red flag.
Yeah, there are
Nowadays,
red flags.
because things are so expensive.
Yes,
Taking
Yeah.
someone out to dinner and
yes,
having a drink
yes.
is costly for anybody on any side.
Well, especially today, because you know what? They haven't pulled back those COVID prices. All they've done is increase those COVID prices, and doing us an injustice. I hate to say it for
It's
what we have to,
inflation. It's
you
just
know.
inflation.
And
Mhm.
it's going to get worse. So, in some ways you may have to, I don't know if you think 50-50. Excuse me. Oh God, just hit me for that one.
Stop it.
I don't even have no more to
We
say at that
don't
point.
do Dutch, buddy.
Now, one of us really don't do Dutch because they said it.
No, I don't do. No.
I know.
No, not right up front. But when you're in a committed relationship with someone, it doesn't even become Dutch. It just becomes you're taking care of each other. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, I'm
basically.
just kidding. I'm just kidding with that one. That
I
was
just
joke.
want to see how a date goes nowadays. I'm just sorry. I just feel like $25 for a drink, then $25 for the meal, you know, and
And
that's a
then,
cheap meal,
and
$25.
I was gonna say that's just a standard meal. And then
And then you got to pay the park and ballet and all of this. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. So evening out costs a lot of money.
so before you go, you have to ask him, do you walk with twos?
Then they say,
What was
yeah,
that?
2 feet.
What was that? I missed that.
I said, yeah, yeah. She said, do you walk with twos? And I said, yeah, they're going to say 2 feet.
Twos is minimum $200.
Oh, I'm unfamiliar with that one.
I was too,
Mm.
but she just said the word two, and I figured they're going to say 2 feet. I don't care what the answer. Oh gosh.
Because
But there's
just
a
how
lot to learn.
see women always kind of know can feel the temperature of the environment. They have an idea of what the prices are like, and some men do too, but I think more women do. So I think women would always be prepared, especially if they're taking the guy out. They invited him out, they said they're paying for everything. They're going to be prepared whether he says he'll pay for something or not. I think the average woman is definitely going to be prepared to take care of whatever she set out to do. So, but anyway, ladies,
Well, I remember when I went, the guy I used to go out with for like a year. I can truthfully say our first date, he said, order anything you want on the menu. I was like, okay.
oh, okay,
And we did a year of anything Bonnie wants, Didn't matter, but it was a nice year.
Bonnie, that's the man right there.
That's what I'm saying. He had just bought a house, so that's money that you have just spent.
Right.
And we went on that date, and we went on many dates, many, many, many dates for a whole year, and it was always the same way. Nothing ever changed. Even I think one time I went to dinner at his house. He made dinner for me, and he bought everything that I'd like, everything that we had went out to restaurants and I ordered. He made all of that in one meal.
So he was paying attention to you.
He was.
He was paying attention to you, which is
It
always a
was me.
plus.
It wasn't him. It was me.
No. You said he remembered all the things that you.
No, I'm saying the relationship. I said it didn't last, and I'm saying it was
Oh,
me.
okay.
It wasn't him.
Oh, okay. I got
But
you.
he
I got
would
you.
be the type of guy that you want to. He paid attention, like you said.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Well, ladies, this has been a great conversation on money. And everyone out there, you may feel differently, and that's fine. You may feel the same or similar, but
Let us know.
let us know. And you may have some different ideas, especially, how do you have that conversation? At what point do you have that conversation? Let us know what your thoughts are. Leave us a comment. Don't forget
Yes, please.
click the bell so you can make sure you get
Well,
all the new content every time we have new content. So, ladies, thank you again. Any parting words for our money friends?
well, you know what? It's not money, 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 but I thought about last week's show, and I realized there was one thing we didn't say that could be a good date.
Oh, what is that? What's that?
Watch our program with the guy you're with, and then have a conversation.
Oh, that's a good one, Bonnie. Yeah,
Brilliant.
that's excellent.
So that's my parting
Excellent.
word.
I like that. I'm gonna have to add that to the list. I have to add it to the list. I like that. Well, ladies, it's been wonderful as always, and thank you again for coming out. It's been a great time. Everyone out there, don't forget, like,
Comment,
share, and
share, like.
Right.
ladies, I will see you all next week. Have a wonderful week and be safe out
Wonderful.
there.